Welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this module, I will discuss the different aspects of agroforestry, its introduction, historical background of agroforestry, classification of agroforestry, major agroforestry practices and their agroecological adaptability, traditional systems of agroforestry in India, different types of tree species in agroforestry system, areas that are suitable for agroforestry system, applications of agroforestry, different criteria for designing agroforestry, benefits and limitations of agroforestry, and lastly the issues related to the agroforestry. Starting with the introduction part, agroforestry is an old age practice and it is a combination of two different words, that is agriculture and forestry. It makes use of land system for the production of trees, crops or animals. It has the potential to enhance the productivity, to maintain the nutrient balance and to protect the nature. Moreover, agroforestry plays two important roles, that is, first is service role and second is productive role. Agroforestry systems, these are dominated by trees so as to ensure environmental protection and sustainable agriculture. Agroforestry is a practice that is widely characterized by plants and their arrangement, environment and socio-economic functioning. Agroforestry includes plantation of trees and forestry. In this practice, farmers are involved and they derive benefits for their daily requirements and earn their livelihood. Other facets of agroforestry include natural silvipastures, forest grazing and savannas. Now, what is agroforestry? There are different definitions of agroforestry. First is that the cropping pattern that involves the combining of trees, shrubs, bamboos, etc. with animals or herbaceous crops is defined as agroforestry, or a land use and sustainable management system that enhances agricultural production and combines forest plants and animals, tree crops and agricultural crops is known as agroforestry. Or we can say that agroforestry is a management practice that involves the incorporation of trees in agricultural landscape and on farms. Agroforestry leads to social, economic and environmental benefits due to diversified and sustainable production. In general, we can say that ecological and socio-economic interactions take place between various components of agroforestry systems. It means that two or more than two species of plants, they are present in agroforestry system. Now, the output of agroforestry system will always be two or more than two. Agroforestry cycle takes more than 1 year for completion and the agroforestry system is having much more complexity than monocropping system due to the plantation of different trees, shrubs and bamboos. Now, coming to the historical aspects of agroforestry. Around 700 BC, man changed his living style and started producing food irrespective of hunting and food gathering. Coexistence of horticulture with agriculture has been common in India from 500 BC to 1st century AD. Proto-historic Chalcolithic periods of civilization, they provide evidences regarding the cultivation of different varieties of fruits, cattle breeding, livestock requirement and mixed economy in agriculture. However, in India, pre-Neolithic period showed the happening of plant husbandry under climatic zone. Now, this is very important point that when the plant husbandry happened, it was during only the pre-Neolithic period. This practice has been used by the farmers of Central America for a long time. Farmers plant 24 of species of plants in different plains on a small piece of land. Burn and slash was a general custom until Middle Ages in Europe for the cultivation of food crops. Germany and Finland are also practicing this farming system for the last century. Coming to the classification of agroforestry. Agroforestry system has been classified by the researchers on the basis of structural, functional and socio-economic aspects. Now, first classification is structural based classification. This classification entirely depends on the different components of the agroforestry system and the individual role or function of each component. This type of classification is totally dependent on the type of components and their arrangement. Under this classification comes the first nature of the components. Agroforestry systems on the basis of nature of components include: first is agri-silviculture. It includes the plantation of trees and crops. Second is agri-horticulture. It includes the plantation of fruit trees and crops. Third is agri-silvi-horticulture. It includes the plantation of trees, fruit trees and crops. Fourth is agri-silvi-pasture. It includes the plantation of trees, crops and pasture or animals. Fifth is aquaforestry. It includes the combination of trees and fishes. Sixth is boundary plantation, that is the plantation of trees on boundaries along with the other crops. And seventh is alley cropping, that is plantation of perennial hedges and crops. Next is block plantation. What is this block plantation? It is the plantation of trees and crops to protect them from winds. Energy plantation. It involves the combination of trees and crops during the initial years. Silvi-olericulture. It is a branch of agroforestry that deals with the plantation of trees and vegetables. Next is horti-olericulture. It includes the plantation of fruit trees and vegetables. Next is horti-pasture. It is the combination of fruit trees and pasture or animals. Next is silvi-pasture. It is a combination of trees and pasture or animals. Then comes shelter belts. Shelter belts is a combination of trees and crops. Next is forestry. It is a combination of forest, trees and pasture. Then comes windbreaks. It includes the plantation of trees and crops. Next comes silvi or horti-sericulture. It is the combination of trees or fruit trees and sericulture. Then comes horti-apiculture. It is a combination of fruit trees and honey bees. There comes aquaforestry. It is the combination of trees and fishes. Then comes homestead. It is the multiple combination of fruit trees, simple trees, vegetables, etc. There comes arrangement of components. Firstly, we discussed about the nature of the components. Now, we will discuss about the arrangement of the components, how they are arranged. Now, first is the spatial arrangement. Agroforestry mixture that results in dense or sparse stands of plants is known as spatial arrangements. The species can be planted at varying widths or zones. Alley cropping it is also known as hedgerow intercropping. It represents common example of zonal pattern. Now, second is the temporal arrangement. Temporal arrangement is a conventional shifting cultivation style and is an extreme example of temporal arrangement. When a woody species is planted, then this type of arrangement involves 2 to 4 years of cropping and 15 years of fallow cycle. Temporal arrangements are also termed as overlapping, coincident, concomitant, interpolated and separate. Now, second system of classification is functional basis of classification. This classification is based on the major function of the woody components and it can be productive or protective. Productivity and sustainability are the fundamental attributes of the agroforestry system. Productive functions. Productive functions of agroforestry system include fodder, fuel wood, gums, resins, waxes, furniture wood and other products. Second function is protective function, that means to provide protection. Protective functions of agroforestry systems include shelter belt, windbreaks, conservation of soil, improvement of soil, conservation of moisture and shade provision. Third classification is socio-economic basis of agroforestry system. This type of classification, it considers level of outputs. This level can be low or high, management, intensity scale and commercial goals. Socio-economic basis of agroforestry systems. Now, this type of classification involves commercial system. Commercial means production of a particular product on a commercial or large scale. The commercialization process may be owned by government, private or corporate institutes. Payment base of labor is either on contract basis or they are paid normally. For example, production of agricultural crops on commercial scale, production of shade tolerant crop plants like tea, cocoa and coffee, commercial grazing under timber and pulp plantations. Now, second classification under socio-economic basis of agroforestry system includes intermediate agroforestry system. This system is known as an intermediate system since it comes in between commercial and subsistence scale of perennial cash crop production. For example, plantation of cocoa, coffee, fruit trees and timber species, these all are included in intermediate agroforestry system. Next classification that comes under socio-economic basis of agroforestry system is subsistence agroforestry system. This system involves the land used for satisfying the basic needs or regular needs. This system is managed primarily by the owner and his family. For example, production of cash crops and traditional shifting cultivation. Now, you can do a small assignment on shifting cultivation. Next is major agroforestry practices and their agroecological adaptability. Agroforestry practices, they have been categorized into three major classes. First class is agri-silvicultural class, second class is silvi or silvopastoral class and third class is agro-silvopastoral or agri-silvipastoral class. Next comes the traditional systems of agroforestry in India. Now, first and the main important system of agroforestry is shifting cultivation. This cultivation is also known as jhum cultivation. This farming system is practiced entirely in northeastern regions having high rainfall. Forest land is cleared by slashing and burn method and then the set area is set on the fire. Originally, the fallow period was around 10 to 20 years, but currently it has been reduced to 2 to 5 years. The reason for this drastic reduction in fallow period is an increase in population pressure. An alternate that can be advocated to shifting cultivation is farming system approach. Next comes home gardens or homesteads. What are these? It is an operational system that involves the production of tree crops along with the poultry, fish farming and livestock so as to fulfill the basic requirements of farmers. This is also an old age practice and it is particularly practiced in coastal areas of Tamil Nadu, Assam, Kerala, West Bengal, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This agroforestry system, it involves a wide range of variation in crops, trees and species. Now, the variation depends upon the holding size, climate and the people living in the homesteads. The major trees that are grown in home gardens are mango, citrus, banana, papaya and other multipurpose trees. Fruit crops that are grown include cassava, taro, elephant yam, sweet potato and diascorea. The major components of homesteads are poultry and cattle. Therefore, Kazungla, Guinea grass and Guatemala are frequently grown as Forage in homesteads. The intimate mixing of various components of homesteads led to complex interaction among plants, soil, environmental factors and nutrition. The trees that are grown include mango, grevillea, robusta and jack and teak trees. Next comes the scattered trees on farmlands. This practice involves the production of scattered trees on farmlands. This is also an old age practice and it has not undergone any sort of modification over the centuries. For example, Prosopis cinerea and Faidherbia albida. System complexity and species diversity keeps on increasing with an increase in rainfall. Therefore, humid areas show the proliferation of multi-storied home gardens while dry areas show two-tiered canopy configuration. Trees grown by this practice provide fuel wood, fodder, shade, vegetables, fruits and medicinal products. Next comes trees on farm boundaries. Sometimes trees that are grown in agricultural fields, they are also grown along the farm boundaries. For example, eucalyptus and populus trees, they are grown along the boundaries of paddy fields in Punjab and Haryana. Bamboo trees are grown all along the irrigation channels in Sikkim. Plantation of Borassus palm is more frequent in coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh. Then comes woodlots. This practice of agroforestry includes and involves the growth of trees in the form of separate blocks along the agricultural fields. This practice is under continuous expansion since there is a shortage of fuel wood. For example, demand of bamboo poles in orange orchards in Nagpur. Next comes sheltered belt. This practice involves the usage of local vegetation or deadwood to build shelter belt so that the wind velocity can be checked. For example, Leptadenia pyrotechnica and Crotalaria burrhea. There comes trees on rangelands. The most frequent trees that are grown in grazing lands are Prosopis juliflora, Prosopis cineraria and Acacia nilotica. Next traditional system of agroforestry is aquaforestry. This practice involves the prawn and fish cultivation in saline water and coconut production along the ponds. These trees produce litter which is used as a feed by fish. This practice is more prevalent along the Andhra coast. Next is apiculture. This is also a traditional system of agroforestry. Apiculture with trees, bees make the hive on the trees and that are planted along the coastal areas. This practice is more prevalent in the agroforestry system that is rich in floral diversity. Next is the type of tree species in agroforestry system. First type of trees are utilization purpose trees. First includes fodder cum fuel wood species like Albizia lepac, Albizia procera. Next is fuel wood and timber species. Examples include Acacia nilotica and Albizia lepac. Next includes fruit and vegetable species like Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica is the common name of mango. Then comes Maduka indica. Next comes softwood and pulpwood species Bombyx ceiba, Populus deltoides. And then comes types of tree species in agroforestry system that those are multi-purpose trees. These trees are grown in those areas that are having good annual rainfall. For example, Morus alba, Populus species, Sesbania species like Sesbania rostrata, Terminalia species. Next trees that are grown are in moderate rainfall areas. Acacia nilotica, Tamarindus indica is the scientific name of Imli. Then comes Albizia lepac and Eucalyptus species. Now, the trees that are grown in poor rainfall areas, or we can say that desert areas, Acacia nilotica, Acacia catechu, Eucalyptus camedulensis, Prosopis juliflora. Next come fodder trees. These trees serve the purpose of fodder for the cattle. Fodder provides proteins, fats, carbohydrates, minerals, energy and fats to the animals so that they can stay alive. includes Acacia arabica, Acacia catechu, Acacia nilotica, Albizia lebac, Azadirachta indica. Azadirachta indica is the scientific name of neem and it has important properties. Then comes Dalbergia sisu, Ficus bengalenska, Menzifera indica is mango, Melia azedarac, Morus alba. Morus alba is also known as shahtut. Then comes Pongamia pinnata or anar. Now, the different areas that are suitable for agroforestry system. The areas that are suitable for agroforestry include field boundaries, cultivable lands, cultivable based, old fallows, other areas where there are chances for the incorporation of agroforestry. Now comes the application part of agroforestry. First application is resource conservation. Conservation of resources like water, plants and lands can be carried out by watershed management. It is an important aspect since it meets the socio-economic needs of human beings. However, degraded land can be conserved or improved only by agroforestry practices. It reduces the runoff of soil, controls soil erosion, enhances water table and improves profitability, productivity and soil moisture conservation. Next application is farming system. Natural resource management can be carried out by a agroforestry practice. Therefore, with the change in the economy, there is a need to address those technologies that are related to the integrated production of crops, livestock, fisheries and perennials. Diversification can lead to a major shift in agricultural production. The shift in agricultural production can be boosted due to budding of personal incomes, urbanization and incorporation of bird markets. Next application is biodiversity conservation. I know that I have told you earlier that India is a biodiversity rich country. Therefore, innovation in agroforestry contributes towards the biodiversity conservation by a conservation development approach. Then comes carbon sequestration. Agroforestry system serves as mitigation strategy and can also be employed for carbon sequestration. Agroforestry provides a cost-effective means through various land use practices for carbon sequestration. Next application of agroforestry is enhancement in soil fertility and structure. Plantation of Buddhist species results in the enhancement and improvement of soil fertility. The reason for an increase in soil fertility is leaf litter that leads to the addition of organic matter to the soil. Effective utilization of nutrients and efficient nutrient cycling, nitrogen fixation by microorganism, addition of nutrients beyond the nutrient absorbing zone of the soil. Now, what are the different criteria that have been used for designing the agroforestry? First is sustainability. With an improvement in the sustainability of agricultural production system, the conservation goals can be achieved by agroforestry. Then comes productivity criteria. Productivity with agroforestry that can be improved by various ways like improvement in the yield of associated crops, enhancing the labor efficiency and diversifying the crop production. Next criteria is adaptability. Technical design of agroforestry does not matter. The only thing that matters is adoption of that design by the farmers. It clearly means that this technology should fulfill the environmental and social characteristics of the land use system. Now comes the benefits of agroforestry. Yield of agricultural products is increased and quality of food is improved. Fuel wood, fodder, furniture and other raw materials are produced from the trees that fulfill the basic demands of farmers. Moreover, these products can also be put in sale in rural areas. Soil productivity potential is protected and improved. Recycling of nutrients is permitted due to the decomposition of dead decaying organic matter like fruits, leaves and branches. Soil productivity is enhanced further. Trees help in nitrogen fixation of the soil in a form that can be used by the leguminous plants. Soil erosion is reduced due to planting of trees, and thereby soil permeability is also improved. Next benefit is the agroforestry provides various ecological niches, that is the habitat. This results in the improvement of diversity and quality of wildlife. Agroforestry creates employment and farmers get income, that is they earn their livelihood. As a result, socio-economic condition is improved in rural areas. Climbing crops get support from agroforestry trees. Agroforestry is responsible for the development of such type of land use systems that merge modern technologies with traditional experiences. The land use systems thus developed are well suited with the socio-cultural life of local people involved. Microclimate can be modified in terms of raising the humidity, minimizing rainfall, reducing wind velocity and extreme temperatures. Ecological system developed through agroforestry is more efficient in capturing solar energy and using vertical space. Farmers get economic benefits of fuel wood, fruits, honey, fodder, forest and medicinal products. Plantation of trees in agricultural fields reduces weed eradication cost. Now, if agroforestry system has benefits, then it has limitations also. Sometimes shade provided by the trees is also responsible for lowering the yield and quality of agricultural crops that have been planted beneath the trees. Harvesting of trees results in mechanical damage to agricultural crops. Hand tilling or mechanization becomes difficult due to the presence of trees. More labor is required due to the presence of higher number of trees. The moisture content in air also increases. Consequently, bacterial and fungal diseases occur more frequently. Therefore, yield of forage species and food crops get reduced. During the harvesting of trees, some nutrients are lost because nutrients are taken up and stored over longer periods of time by trees. Trees also compete with crops for moisture, light, space and nutrients. As a result, production of trees as well as crop gets reduced. It means trees are also suffering and crops are also suffering. And lastly, there are some issues in agroforestries. The following reasons they are responsible for the constraints experienced by small and marginal farmers. First issue is lack of technical knowledge. Secondly, gestation period is longer, inadequate and delayed availability of seedlings. There is no knowledge regarding market value. Plantation areas are weakly accessible. Moreover, the marketing facilities are also poor. Farmers don't get assured prices for wood and timber. Certain restrictions are put by the government on the cutting of trees from farmland. Sometimes premature seedlings, they are not able to withstand the dry spells. Therefore, people's participation in agroforestry system is poor. Lastly, I would like to conclude that agroforestry is a boon to the Indian economy. Thank you.